Welcome back guys for another video on Anime Vanguards. Today we're gonna cover Kaguya, which is going to be the new Vanguard in update 6.5, as well as a new leak for a potential new unit in update 6.5. And we're also going to talk about the passives and the potential abilities and kit of Kaguya when she finally releases in update 6.5. By the way guys, just a quick shout out right here. Our ultimate goal in AV is to reach 100k subscribers, and if you subscribe before we reach 100k subs, then you can officially claim to be an OG subscriber of AB Plays. And yeah, let's get started. So if you're gonna be asking me, am I gonna be content farming Kaguya again? The answer to that is going to be a quick yes, because I've been making a lot of anime last stand videos recently and I don't want to leave AV behind. But in all honesty, there's not really that much to cover in AV, which is why I'm covering these units to potentially build up hype for these units and build up hype for update 6.5, because genuinely there's not really that much stuff worth making a vid on in AV right now. So this is the first thing that we have to take a look at right here. So this is a new unit which has some flowers on it. I don't really know what those potentially mean and what that could be. My first thought was actually, oh, is this unit going to be Escanor because of the intense flames that he has? I personally don't really know who this new unit is going to be. So if you have an idea on who this new unit is going to be, then leave that in the comment section down below. I've always wanted to see Escanor be done right in a tower defense game. So I want to see Escanor in AV. I want to see Escanor be, you know, like Vanguard level in Anime Vanguards. And I really want him to be added into AV in that way. I wanted 50% to be Escanor because I like Escanor, but I know that if he's gonna be Escanor, if this is gonna be Escanor, then it's not really gonna be good because it's just a banner unit. So comment down below who you think that is. Here, we are going to have what's most likely going to be a passive for one of the new units. So my opinion is this could potentially be for some other units in the update, but almost 100% right now that it's most likely going to be for Kaguya. Obviously, Kaguya is not going to be the only unit in the update, but are you really going to sit here and tell me that they're going to give someone this much detail they're going to look like? So first and foremost, is she going to be a DPS unit or a support unit? I feel like Kaguya will be a hybrid of both, but there's a high chance that she's going to be a pure support unit only. And what I mean by that is, if she's a pure support unit only, you wouldn't even need to get Monarch on him. That's the great thing about support units. They are really free to play. You don't need to get great traits on a support unit because they're just supports. They're not meant to be doing DPS. So if Kaguya is going to be just a pure support Vanguard unit that can deal somewhat decent DPS, kind of like Byakin, then you wouldn't even need to roll Monarch on her. But if she's a DPS unit that can kind of do some support, then chances are you might need to get Monarch on her. And I really don't like the idea of requiring a Monarch on the Vanguard unit for it to be good. Kind of like how Gogeta, this one right here, is only one placement. That was genuinely the worst idea ever. You basically had to grind for a 1 in 25,000 unit, I believe. And then you also have to grind the trait, which is another 1 in 1,000. Otherwise, he's useless because Gogeta is kind of useless without the trait Monarch. So hopefully, Kaguya is going to be a support unit that can kind of deal some DPS. Now, based from what we're seeing in this passive leaks right here, they're probably going to be giving Kaguya everything. It's very likely that they're going to be giving Kaguya freeze because of the blue things that we can see in that passive. There's a very high likelihood that she can also do burn, and there's a very high likelihood that one of Kaguya's abilities or unique abilities is going to be what we saw her do against Naruto and Sasuke in the final arc of Naruto, I believe, where she basically took Naruto and Sasuke to different dimensions, and then they fought in several different dimensions, with some of them being certain elements. And I kind of feel like that's going to be what Kaguya can do when you get her in Anime Vanguards. Like, you'll be able to maybe give certain buffs to every single unit that you have placed based on whatever element you are setting the map to, or something like that. That's genuinely what I think Kaguya is going to do. So that's most likely what her kit is going to be built around, and I kind of do feel like that they're going to give Kaguya everything. And what I mean by this is, I feel like Kaguya is going to be immune to status ailments. I feel like Kaguya is going to be immune to status ailments, immune to status debuffs. I feel like Kaguya will be able to slow. I feel like Kaguya will be able to maybe even summon certain things. I feel like they're going to give, you know, Kaguya basically everything. And that's pretty much the best way to describe how good this unit's gonna be. So that's pretty much it. Honestly, comment down below what your thoughts on how they're gonna make Kaguya and what you want them to see on Kaguya's kit, or you want them to add to Kaguya's kit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.